This is Roy with Talk Show Central RTV Stats. And now we have Paola in the house.
We
And
have
we
the
got
OGs here.
Sharky. The old team is here. And I think I'll put some purple here. Or maybe since Paola's here, maybe we'll just put some black.
Huh?
Maybe we'll put some black.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Well, I will say that's my runner-up for my favorite color.
Man, Paola, I almost didn't recognize you. It's been a while
I
since
know,
you've
and
been
I'm
here.
like, I'm in the process. I just decided, like literally this weekend, I'm gonna grow out the bangs. I'm tired of them. Like, yeah, I need to change my life.
You need to change your life, pues ya te vas a casar, pues
Yeah, I
claro.
know, yeah, and also, well, yeah, you have to consider hairdos and stuff. I have like over a year to grow it out. So, yeah.
Wow, no, that's pretty cool, man. That's really, really,
Mm.
really cool. That's the Sharky. What you been up to, man? I hear you're starting a new operation. You're a CEO of Ferrari or something like that, or
Uh,
what's the deal?
not
No, no, no,
really.
no, no. Lamborghini, man. Lamborghini.
Lamborghini. Ah, okay. You don't mess with cheap toys. You
Yeah,
know,
no.
Lamborghini or nada.
Tesla had offered me over here in Bronzeville for the
Sí.
operation.
Uh-huh.
No, no, no. They weren't offering enough money. I was like, no, no, it's not good enough.
Dang.
so, so no. Back to flipping burgers at Burger King, man.
Oh my God. Okay. Este. Yeah, yeah, no, pues sí. So, man, Paola, how's school treating you, man? What's going on
I
with
mean, it's
school?
good. I mean, honestly, I feel like I'm already like, as much as I've enjoyed this year and my kids, I'm at the point where like this. Let me fix this a little bit. I'm at the point where like, yeah, I'm ready for it to be over. So I have about
Yeah.
2 months left. So
Wow, wow.
almost.
Ya, ¿verdad? Ya nomás como 2 months quedan, ¿verdad?
And then like this year's over, and I'll have completed
Wow,
my first
man.
full year, like
And
full
then
year.
and then those kiddos, move on to the next phase, man.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. So a ver qué pasa, man. So cool,
Yeah.
cool. Man, these kids are growing and growing. I mean, they just gee wowas, man.
I know
I
my
Time
saw
kids
flies.
last year are already gonna go to first grade.
I saw a little kid the other day that I was well actually well two situations, but another one popped into mind. There was a kid that I used to coach when he was at Paredes. Era un Filipino guy.
Really?
Sí, I think he might have been when you were in school there.
Who
Because
was it?
¿cómo se llama? Andrew, little Andrew Ock. I don't see that.
I don't remember, but I know that
Oh,
obviously, but because I was
three
in touch
letters.
with Paredes, but
Yep.
Paredes really has always had the best chess teams. Like
Yeah.
they're like
He is the dude's 26, so he might be younger than you, or maybe no older
maybe
than
a
you.
little bit younger. Yeah,
Yeah.
because, well, I'm 28. I mean,
See, he's 26, so he was probably
well, I mean,
like a
if
kindergartner
I
when you
saw
were.
him, I'll probably remember him. Like I probably
Yeah.
have to
Well,
see him.
anyway, I was at Wessel. We've been talking, texting, on and off, and so he's teaching an idea. He teaches math and the whole bit, and he's over the chess team there, and he was calling me for pointers and this kind of deal. But anyway, I see him at Wessel, and he comes up to me, and big old guy, sitting at the table. Gee,
Wow.
what was it? Did I look at his girlfriend weird or something? He goes, "Hey, coach, what's going on?" And I go, it's
Mhm.
like, man, I kind of recognize his eyes, but everything else was like, I mean, I knew him with the estaba chiquitito. I mean, he was like, what, as the kindergarten to first grade, maybe second grade, que lo miraba, at the
Mhm.
tournaments, and now they're 26, facial
Yeah.
expressions, body, everything changes. It's like, dude, I'm this, and man, you grow up.
Crazy.
So yeah, it's the things are, for you, man, I think that you're gonna see kids that are
Hmm.
much older and
Yeah.
oh, I remember when you used to be my teacher back in kindergarten. Oh.
I feel like, and the thing is, well, actually, I try to enjoy and appreciate the kids now because I feel like, imagine when they're fifth grade, they're probably not even going to give me a hug anymore. So,
Wow, see.
My wife and I have gone through that to where she's been teaching or she taught for 28 years.
Yeah,
mhm.
So out of the kids that I remember from years and years ago, they're already doctors and they're already
yeah,
pharmacy techs and they're already it's like wow, one of them's even flying airplanes, man.
yeah. That's why you need to be a good teacher so that they can take
You
care
can
of you when,
produce those
when
kinds of
they're
people.
older, or they give you discounts or whatever. Oh, my favorite teacher. Yeah, that's 50% off, or let's gratis, that kind of deal. I used to tell my students, yeah, yeah, you better do good in tests, or you could get good grades in the whole bit, and then you fly me around in the whole bit.
Yeah.
You can be president.
You can be
Yeah.
president instead, so and all
I'm
that.
doing my
So
hair.
cool, man. So, ¿qué me cuentas? ¿Qué dice Terras? ¿Qué dice Terras? We
Ahí
always
está, ahí
give
está.
shout outs to Terras, man. Y
Oh, yeah.
Hueso, el
Oh, as
Carolina, esa madre.
always.
No, pues sí. Sharky, ¿qué me cuentas de tu negocio?
No, I started doing mobile mechanic work, and man, it got busy right off the bat. There's a lot of need for it, and I'll tell you what, I've been getting calls a little bit too far away, and I have to decline, like Mission, McAllen, and stuff like that. It's like,
You want
nah,
drafty McAllen, bro?
no, 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 no. There's so much here
Sí,
in
sí,
the
sí.
lower valley that I really don't need to drive all the way over there.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, man. I mean, it picked up big time. A lot of people, what they've told me is they don't like the fact that they take their vehicle to a shop
Uh-huh.
and it could be 2 3 days and then they find out it hasn't even been touched. They haven't checked anything.
It's been en la línea. Está parado en la
Yeah.
línea.
So basically, they've been trying to look for a ride or rent a car, and
Yeah.
it's just useless because they don't know when they're gonna get their own vehicle back. So a lot of times they don't mind getting a mobile mechanic to go to their home, fix their vehicle there, and pay a little bit more because they know their vehicle is gonna be first in line because you're there to see them.
Yeah. No, pues está
So
bien.
it's pretty good. The only bad thing about it is that it's getting a bad rep because a lot of mobile mechanics are out there and they say they're going to show up and they don't show up to see the cars or the talk to the people or anything, and they don't even call, so people have a tendency of waiting for you, and then if you don't show up, was they gave up a half a day for nothing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so
No, pues sí,
so
sí es verdad, man. Because the beauty of what you do, man, it's great because it's gonna save people time. It's gonna save people money. They're gonna get their vehicle fixed because you're guaranteeing it. I mean, you're putting your name on the line, and it's
right.
like I'm the mechanic. I'm gonna get this fixed for you.
Right,
Y
and
este,
what I like about it as well is the communication that you have with the people, the
yes,
one-to-one that you get to explain to them, what's going on with their vehicle. And I mean, I've always got a backup plan to where what, if I get stumbled on something and I don't understand it, I will refer them to somebody that knows a
yeah,
little bit more, to another shop, and that they can explain it to them.
sí,
But
sí.
I'm not gonna leave them hanging. I'm not gonna leave them with something like question mark to say, "Pues entonces where do I go?" You
Sí,
know,
no, no, sí es verdad. No, and that's always a plus. I know I was making fun a joke with you, cuando I was sending him a message, le digo, que dice, el Sharky situation, ¿verdad?
yeah.
Entra el husband y que, ¿cómo le fue el carro? Oh, no, le dice el husband a la wife, why are you so happy? Y dice, es que vino el mecánico y me la compuso. Y
Oh
luego
shit.
entra, sale el husband y prende el carro y dice, pero el carro no prende. Ah, pues háblale a Sharky porque, wow.
That sounds like a commercial in the making.
I know.
Hire
Like one of those
Sharky,
silly
he'll fix your
commercials.
problem. No, he's not that type of mechanic.
No.
Ay, ay, ay. No, pero, it makes sense to call you, man, porque, especially, I think, I don't know, either men or women. It makes for a good decision porque
Yeah.
you can fix it a lot faster.
Let me give you an example. I had this customer this week, and it was very interesting because these people, they paid somebody to go, and it was a close neighbor to them,
Yeah.
to go and fix their vehicle. And instead of fixing it, he damaged more parts than fixing anything. And
Órale.
they still ended up paying him, and they lost their money. He didn't return anything, and he just walked away from the job.
Damn. ¿Y cuánto
So
les
when
cobró?
no, well, I believe they didn't tell me, and I really wasn't going to push because they were already
Ya
hurting because of
estaban,
what
yeah,
he
yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah,
So
they're at the point where they don't even wanna, they don't
right,
even know if they want to talk to you either.
right. So what I did, I went ahead and helped them, and I go, look, this is the situation. I looked at the engine, I looked at the stuff that the damages that they had done.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, the guy didn't know what he was doing. He was trying to pull a radiator out of the top of the vehicle when that one will only come out of the bottom. So basically, he was yanking tubes and pipes and damaging other stuff. to try and get it out of the top, and then he didn't even succeed. And if he would have
Oh,
torn up more stuff. But we
híjole.
ended up I ended up telling the lady, look, as far as I can see so far, this job is going to be in the $700-800 range at the height, but it doesn't mean it's going to be up there. It just means don't be surprised if it hits that amount.
Wow.
So when I pulled the car, took it to a place where I was going to work on it because it was too small of a spot where they had it.
Yeah.
Um, within I want to say within 14 hours, I had already checked it, called them back, and said, you know what, it's only going to be 490 to repair it, and I'll give it to you running and everything working fine. And I did. I managed to fix it. We returned
In
it to
what,
them.
3 days? Something like that?
No, no, no. 14 hours.
Ándale. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
14 hours, o sea que 2 days, te lo echaste en 2 días, 14 hours, you went.
yeah, yeah. One day
You,
was to tow it over there. The next day was to work on it, which was like 6, 7 hours. But
wow.
we replaced the radiator, we replaced everything, repaired the stuff,
Yeah.
and returned it to them. It was 490 a total.
Ah,
Man, they were so grateful. They sent me a message, and I was like, you know what? I mean, that's what I'm here for. I'm not gonna scam you. I'm not gonna do what somebody
yeah.
else already did to you.
Yeah.
You were at the bottom, then they kicked you. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm here to help you.
See?
So we did that. We took care of it, and right up a few hours later, they call me and they go, hey, I need the brake job, and I want the spark plugs changed on that vehicle. So I go, okay.
Dale
So
gas.
yeah, so we're setting that up now to get that repaired.
Oh, man. That's,
So I mean, that's the name of the game. You gotta help people out as much as you can,
yeah, yeah.
especially after they're down because somebody else
Sí, sí, sí,
picked them.
claro. Claro.
But it's repeat customers, and that's the
Yeah,
best
yeah.
thing. Repeat customers
No.
and word of mouth. That's what gets more customers to come to you. And
Wow.
more
Yeah.
than anything, trust, building trust.
I know. Paola, have you ever had problems with cars? I'm sure,
What do you
or,
mean, like
like,
personally? Like I had
I
issues with
don't
my
know.
car.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's interesting because like I've always, well, not except like one time I had a Nissan, but I've only ever driven Hyundais. And like what happened to me once is, and this was like supposedly it's common that Hyundais have like air conditioning issues.
Órale.
I don't know if you know anything about that, Sharky. Which I mean, I feel like that's not so much cause. Well, I don't know if that has anything to do with like, because I know you're. I feel like you're more on like. I mean, I don't know what exactly you work with, Sharky, because I know like you work on more like the mechanic kind of stuff.
Yes.
But that, I mean, that's something I've experienced. Like I remember. Okay, I have a whole story. Sorry, mom. I have a whole story. Like I remember my AC went out
Yeah.
like 3 years ago. My
Wow.
AC went out, and it was like during a time when it was like super hot.
Oh,
It
man.
was
Hmm.
like summer. My AC went out, and I remember like being miserable all the time. Like I would be going to work, whatever, and like I would be
Oh,
driving and I would
sweaty.
be sweating. Yes, and so I would drive with the window down. And then one day I was desperate to get home because I was so hot. I was speeding and I got caught and I got a ticket. And I
Oh,
tried to tell the guy, and like he of course was not having it. He was like, I mean, I told him like, sir, I'm a student and I work full time and I don't know what, and I was just really hot because I haven't had time to, because I'm always so busy. I don't have time to take in my car now. But he didn't care. He gave me a ticket.
Yeah.
wow, man.
And then, well, there was
That's,
another back when I had my Nissan. I don't know what it was. It's because I used to like hit a lot of like curbs and stuff. I don't
yeah,
know, but basically, like the bottom, like when I would drive the car, you would just hear clanking on the bottom of the car, and I
yeah.
was
Yeah.
like I'm just gonna turn the music up so I don't hear it. So
Hey,
like,
turn your music up. That fixes the
yeah,
problem.
yeah, yeah. You
No,
can't hear anything.
pero es porque, Paola, es que we need to talk to the city because they need to widen the streets a little bit. It's
You know,
No, I
every
got a
time,
lot better than that. I feel like I used to be very careless. This was a long time ago, but
every,
like I used
well,
to be
you
very
were
careless.
younger too. You were younger. Now you're more
I feel like a
mature.
lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people are very careless when they're young, and I know I
yeah,
was.
Yeah.
every time I'm over on some road that has speed bumps or potholes and stuff, I see people driving through them at full speed. I'm like, I want to give out cards. Like, here you go. You're gonna need that soon. Here you go.
Call me. You ought to put a little sign there. It's like, keep coming, but call me.
I
Yeah.
should have put on the card dibs. Here, dibs.
Oh, man, no te digo. Pues, man, I don't know what's the deal, man. Let me send these people. So, okay, there you go. Okay, let me see. Hold on. Somebody wanted to come in and talk to us a little bit.
Were we gonna have a guest or not?
Yeah, yeah, but not really. But it's not like a regular guest. It's just last minute. Somebody wanted to come in and talk about some conjunto deal that
Because
they're having at
I could have
Texas.
sworn I saw it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I guess they're trying to come in now. One of the persons had a, we kind of had a pretest, and she's bringing in another guy that knows the story a little bit better, but he hasn't done a pretest, so hopefully he can get in. You know how it is. Last night I was doing two pretests for two musicians, that we're gonna have on Sunday. One of us, I mean, I don't know. Uno es un musician, uno es un DJ, but they work together. Y no, hombre, it took them forever to get in. They had to get into their settings y que
Oh,
esto, que el otro. And then finally he pops in and we're talking. He's like, oh, where'd you come from? How'd you do this? And then he didn't, I don't know. I just hit something, here I am. And then the other guy finally made it too. And it's like, man. But it's, sometimes getting into StreamYard is hard. But once you get in, man, it's easy. So a ver qué pasa. So, wow. No, pues está bien. Man, the weather today was hot.
I know it's
Oh my
nice.
god.
That's part of the reason why, like, I was gonna wait until summer to grow the bangs out because, like, putting them back is super awkward because I've always had them short. Nah, it's too hot. Like, I'm like dripping, so I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna start putting them back. Like, yeah, me canse. I'm just like, no, it's too freaking
it,
hot. Like,
it really was. It was hot big time.
It was
yeah.
hot. Like, and they said tomorrow's gonna be hotter.
And then
Hey,
also putting
Norma,
the
¿qué
kids in the cars
pasa,
and stuff.
Norma?
Yeah.
Nor-
Hello.
Norma, man, Norma's becoming our number one fan, man. She's super cool. She's always sending me links to see shows, and it's super cool, man. So yeah, Norma, salúdame a George, Norma, y a toda la ganga, whatever show you're on, other than this,
Definitely.
because he normally sees like two shows. I know I was in some, I don't know con quien estaba, but we were listening to a show. Some DJ was doing some show, and it was really, really
I'll be
cool,
right
man.
back. I'm gonna get my water.
Ándale, córrele,
Go
córrele,
for
córrele, córrele. Let's see how
Bring
long.
some for us.
Tráeme unos chips también. Wouldn't that be cool? Sale la mano por el otro lado. No, pues sí. ¿Qué más has hecho, Sharky? What else have you been up to, man?
No, I've been building the Facebook page, setting myself up on Google, setting myself up on
Yes,
all the different
yes.
platforms so that people can find me.
Sí, eso
Also,
sí.
yeah, also getting all my tools because I didn't have anything complete yet. So I was
Yeah,
as I've been getting jobs, I've been completing the stuff that I need. So,
yeah, yeah.
but
Yeah, you got to invest in your equipment because it's your best
yeah,
friend, and you got to take
hmm
care of, it's that
definitely.
kind of deal. And I'm glad you finally made a page. I was gonna suggest to you make a page porque el group como que no, it's building, pero people have more access to pages than groups for some reason.
Yes.
I don't know why.
hmm
Real?
Este,
Yeah, I agree.
¿verdad que sí? Y
But then again, I think Facebook has a tab where you can go and like get you can like specifically look at your groups.
sí. Bueno, sí,
Mhm.
pero
Yeah,
but I
it's not
think
like
on
on.
the feed is more popular on the page
Yeah, I know.
than on the groups, I think.
Well, it's a closer contact because you got more easy access to the
Mhm.
messages and for them
Yes.
to call you and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so yeah, especially the messages, man, porque híjole, you miss a message, you miss a client.
hmm
So hey, we got somebody coming in, and here she is, Miss Laura. How's it going? You doing all right, Miss
Hello.
Laura? We got
Hello,
Sharky
everybody.
on
Yes.
there, and this is Paola, and I am
Hi.
Ray, but they call me Royal. The Laura is representing the. Who are you representing, Laura?
Today I'm representing our veteran organization, and the name is STIVA. It's short for South Texas Afghanistan Iraq Veterans Association. It's a
Dun,
long
dun.
name. Yes, yes. So we just
I
did
know
it short.
you sent me that thing, and I go and I put it on Facebook. Y salió una chava, and then I thought maybe it was a group, or I didn't know what it was, and then I go, oh yeah, there it is, there it is. You took
Yes,
it all
yes,
down. So
yes.
Where is it based out of?
We are based out of Bronzeville, Texas. It was originally coming. We were original from Laredo, Texas.
Right.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
No, pues sí. And I know ¿cómo se llama este señor? Man, your friend is coming in with us in a little bit. También Felix, I sent him the link, and hopefully he can come in. He sent me some stuff, and I wasn't able to answer back. I just took the stuff and did what he needed to, so I got him here ready for when he comes in.
Sure.
Let me start a picture. Let me show you a picture here. Because we love to do pictures here, Laura, and I
Okay.
know this is gonna be fun. Our fans are going to. Okay, here we go. Our fans are gonna like it. A ver, ¿qué más? Let me share this picture with you guys. Dun, dun, dun. And here we go. And this is about a conjunto, Texas Best Competition and Student Showcases, and it's going to feature elementary, middle schoolers, and high schoolers. And this is happening this weekend. Wow, Saturday, April the 9th. And
Yes,
so
Wow.
this is like a competition, right, Laura? I mean, it's kind of like band All Valley stuff like that. Nomás que esto es puro conjunto.
that is correct. And as soon as Felix comes in, he'll be giving a little bit more explanation. I
Yeah.
remember visiting Felix about 4 years ago, and he told me about that a group of gentlemen were starting to do this. And he gave me a little background back then. You know, they were sitting in their garage. You know, as you know, we like to fire up the grill and
Right. Right.
take a few, like my mother calls it, some juguito, which is the adult beverages,
A little bit of juice. Yeah.
a
Yeah.
little bit of juice, yes. And so they said, look, our cultura, our culture is vanishing. You know, when Johnny Canales was here, you remember back in the day on a Sunday, they would play or they would have bands come in.
Yeah.
Aquí está Rogelio. They used
Yeah.
to
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, and they would have well, we didn't have Tejano back then. We still
Yeah.
were in the oldies,
Right.
and the conjunto was being played back then. So these people are dying out. You know,
Right. Right.
uh,
Right.
the musicians, the singers, even
Right.
the groups are not are you know they're gone. They're deceased, most of them. And
Right.
so these gentlemen decided it's like, hey, we need to bring this back. We need to bring
Right.
back to our culture. There's Felix también, and maybe he can jump in on what I
Right.
was
Right.
trying to explain.
See. See. No, it was cool. Felix, can you tell us a little bit about this poster that we're seeing in front of us?
Oh my, yes, you're gonna really enjoy it. Uh, the La Cortura Vive en Brownsville organization started back in
Right,
2016.
but tell me about the poster. Tell me about the poster.
Well, it's as you know, conjunto group and conjunto music is not part of the fine arts entertainment as part of the UIL.
Right.
So a group of individuals over a grill, we decided that it's kind of sad that here we have high school level and some junior highs and elementaries for provide the conjunto music as part of their music program,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't get to compete in a UIL level competition
Right.
because it's not there's no way to
It's not
grade
censored
it
yet. Yeah.
yet. So a group of us got together and we said, well, why don't we create this organization and let these kids participate in a UIL rules and regulation that we follow, but let them play the music of conjunto music that they
Right.
love, but in a competition level that it's going to be tight, hard, and they really need to pay attention what they're doing because rules are really hard and strict. But it's because we want them to feel that they're competing like any other form of competition. Okay,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and this started back in 2017. You know, and we're kind of excited because this year we have over 110 students participating, 10 schools from around the valley. You know, so it's going to be fantastic. Los Fresnos Elementary, the music director there, Santiago Castillo, he used to
Right.
be
Right.
at JT Canales, and when we asked him to come aboard as a opening for the competition,
Right.
His kids were in elementary, and he was the first one that participated. So we got a great audience response, uh, and we're looking forward to introducing conjunto music at a high school, junior high, and elementary level,
Right. Right.
so that the culture itself is not going to die away. As we all know, a lot of
Right.
our
Right.
well-known conjunto groups, the good Lord's taking them away, but the passion and the love of music, of conjunto music that's in the high school level, elementary and junior high, it's there. So we want them to continue that tradition
Hmm.
and continue with the music. As you know, conjunto music is really strict on the instruments you use.
Right.
So it's the
Right.
bajo sexto and the accordion.
Right. Right.
So that's what we're looking forward to this weekend. It's a free event for the public. There will be there'll be about five vendors there. Like there'll be some food. Laura's going to be there with the veterans group to collect food donation for their pantry, and there'll be other. Uh,
Sure.
they'll be selling T-shirts there also.
So let me ask you. Let me ask you. Are you music director? Are you is your group part of the music? Are music teaching staff?
Funny you should ask. No, I'm
No.
not.
Okay. Cool. So this is independent from school.
Yes, this
Okay.
the
Cool.
the nonprofit organization that was started by this is four of us,
Right. Right. Right.
and the only one
So
that has any link to music is Laura help me
Timo,
with his name. Huh?
Timo, Timo Ruelas.
Timo. Yes.
so
T-
he's a musician or he's a teacher,
uh
like a band director. That's what
no, he's I think
he's the musician.
he's a
Mm-hmm.
musician.
Ah, que bueno. Sí, sí.
And the other three of us we don't. We just enjoy
You're
the music.
fans. You're fans of the
Yeah.
music. You're fans of the
And we
music.
just
See.
felt that
Yeah.
the kids have a right to
Yeah. Yeah.
express their talent
Plus, I
in
know
a
Canales has been doing conjunto for quite a while, and they're very, at a
yes.
very early age, they're doing really, really well.
Yeah, and that was
And
Santiago that was
yeah,
running that program, but he
right,
left Canales and now
right,
he's at Los Fresnos.
right,
So
and
he took that
you'll probably take
teaching,
go over there.
and his school is going to participate.
Yeah, right, right.
Yes,
No, and that's very important. I do something similar. I teach chess, and at sometimes I would get hired to be a consultant and teach chess at the schools. But for the most part, basically, I do it outside of that. But I am, como se dice, associated with a federation. Now, are you associated with any federations that are involving the music industry as far as like conjunto or all of that, or have you
uh, one
have,
of
have
the
you
well,
thought of maybe bringing in groups? I'm sure you
yeah.
have, like conjunto groups and stuff
No,
like
since we focus mostly on students, we drive our directions towards students.
that. Oh, okay, cool.
The big squeeze, have you heard that they are very well known?
No, I
Uh,
really haven't, but yeah.
no, the big squeeze is a state level competition for accordion music.
Okay, accordion
Yeah,
or
and that's been
any
around for
music
a long time.
that polkas and
Yes,
everything else.
and that's been around for a long time. And
See,
when they came on our third year, they were actually in San Benito when San Benito was kind enough that they wanted to host
right,
the
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 event.
cultural center there,
See, see, see.
and they didn't realize how passionate these kids were, and they came aboard and decided to help us.
Oh, mira lo que dice aquí Eddie, que the Los Fresnos now offers it as an elective. So that's really cool. If the
That's
school's already
awesome.
accepting it, so
Yes.
that's a really cool deal. Let me ask some of the viewers, Norma, that you're out there. Norma is in Michigan. Norma, do they have conjunto class in the schools over there, or is conjunto part of the UIL system, or do you know Norma? Because Norma's involved. I mean, I we do. As a matter of fact, on Sunday, I'm gonna have either a Tejano or Conjunto group on the show, and I'm gonna have disc jockeys, and we've been doing a lot of stuff with ¿cómo se dice? With music groups and the whole that. You know, Richard Gieser, it just sounds great. Our local talent being part of a tradition that has slowly diminished. The major studies in Corpus Christi, Houston, and other Texas studios lack the promoting conjunto music for a more mainstream Tejano sound. And look, yeah, there's total difference.
Yeah.
Yes, and there's radio stations that just focus on conjunto and not necessarily Tejano music and not necessarily banda and not necessarily this, but it's all Spanish music. But they have their own flair. Yes, and that's really cool because I mean when it starts in the little, I mean I'm gonna have I think ¿cómo se llama este chavo que va a venir el Sunday? Se llama, man, I'm forgetting here.
Well, Felix and Laura, that's very impressive. I mean, that you guys took the steps to get this started. Being it that you don't have a connection too much into the music industry, but yet you cared
Yes.
about the conjunto industry, which is awesome because it's lacking. I mean, the same thing as Tejano at some point. If it's not taught at the school, it's gonna fade away. But it's something that's got to be cycled into where it becomes fun and the kids pick it up, and kids out there they enjoy the
Yeah,
older music, but
yeah,
the schools don't see that. They need
No,
the input, and you guys brought that input to the to
yeah.
the
Well,
school.
mira,
We
dice Michigan. Norma is the wife of a Tejano artist, George, and he said, no, we don't have anything like this over here. So you guys are actually pioneers in
Yeah.
this whole thing that will be eventually going into the United States. And I will tell you from experience, it takes a while before it gets adapted into UIL. Fíjate, chess, as you know, it's a big program here in Brownsville and throughout the United States, but that's chess competition. Chess UIL is out there in Texas, but not all the schools are participating in it. And I had a hand in bringing chess UIL into the state. Actually, well, I had a hand, but the actual person that brought it in was as this Grandmaster Susan Bogart. So in this case, I mean, you guys, how long has it been? When was the start of this thing? About 10 years ago,
we
or cuánto?
started in we officially we started in 2016
Ah,
when
no
we
tiene.
start.
Bueno, ya
So when we
2016 son
started the
14 años.
organization
No, a
and
little
we
bit
had
more
our
than that.
first competition, we did not become a structured nonprofit organization until 2017 when we filed for our nonprofit status. Okay,
Sí,
and since then, schools have participated, and one of the exciting thing is that we've reached out to the schools district in both Corpus, Houston, San Antonio, and
right,
Laredo. We the first year we did have a school from San Antonio come and participate.
right,
Again, we submitted the application to the different school programs throughout the South Texas,
right,
and it's up to the schools to determine whether one financially can they travel down to South Texas to Brownsville.
right,
Two is that in their travel schedule. Uh, so we understand that some of them cannot make it, but
right, right,
every
right.
year we continue to invite them because one day they're going to be able to
Sí, sí,
travel.
sí,
They're going to be
sí.
able to come down here
Well, the thing is,
and
they
be
have to
part of it.
start the program there. I don't think it's about the competition. At least from my point of view, it shouldn't be about the competition. It should be about starting the program because if programs start in different cities, then they're going to come to the competition. I mean,
Well,
I
those
would
areas that
assume that if they don't have a program, they don't have nothing to compete with,
well we
so
know
they're not going to
Laredo
spend
has
the
a
money to come
program
in.
and San Antonio has a program.
Entonces es otra diferencia.
Okay,
You know,
so we know that Laredo and San Antonio do have a program,
sí, sí, sí.
but again, when we submitted the paperwork to them, uh, it all depends on their school rules and regulation about travel. Uh, Again, we're a new nonprofit organization. We're not
Right.
widely well known, so a lot
Sí,
of
sí,
schools
sí.
have a little hesitation, like, can we really go and participate? Or and that's very understandable.
Sí,
You
sí,
know,
sí.
we
Well,
we
because lo mismo pasa en chess. Mira, lo mismo pasa en chess porque in chess you got organized scholastic events, but the main chess events are outside of that room, and so very few of the students actually participates. Only the actual students, and I'm sure the same thing happens in conjunto that you got. kids participating in conjunto, and then you got conjunto students. In
Yes.
other words, the kids that participate in conjunto just do it because it's something to do. But then you got the ones that are really into it, and those are the actual students, and those are the ones that are going to compete. And it
Well,
happens in every organization.
let me tell you something about these kids. Since I've been part of it since the
Right, right,
original, I'm one of the originals
right,
founders of this organization with my other three buddies. But when you see the faces on these kids,
right.
when they're notified that they're going to compete, they develop a passion so unbelievable that they start practicing, and they'll tell their music coach, "Hey, when do we start practicing?
There you
We
go.
want to participate." They're also aware that we follow UIL's regulation as far as any program. You have to have passing grades.
Passing
You,
grades,
you,
good
you
behavior, and
know,
the whole
so
bit.
we
Yeah,
use their guidance so that
yeah.
you cannot participate unless you are in as
See,
good standing with your school program.
see.
But when they come here, we have some tough judges, and they have rules that they have to follow us to.
Claro, claro,
And,
pues sí.
and here's one. When the original conjunto music plays, which is a bajo sexto and accordion, on the rules it says no vocal. And this is an incident that happened with us. And when the music teachers they realized that they played the first song and they have vocal, they were disqualified.
No.
And then they realized it, and the coach like, darn it, that was my fault. I said, "But
Yeah,
wait, you still have round two."
yeah, yeah.
So they understand how
See,
strict
no,
and,
the
and
rules are
tight
very
it is,
important, man.
because
This is
we
deep.
want them to feel like they're not only showing their natural talent,
Right,
but they're competing in something that who's going to be the best in the
right.
valley?
Obviously,
Who's going to be the best of all the schools that participated? I mean, we have Palmview, Los Fresno, La Jolla, Edinburgh North, PSJ. So we have different schools at the different levels,
right.
beginners, JV, varsity. So it's
Yeah,
a three level. So everybody's gonna. These kids take it so serious and to their
right,
heart. They want to make sure that they do everything right and that they compete. And it's hard for the judges when they have to judge and they have two schools or three schools that are so close in the great ratings that they get,
right, right.
that's what makes it challenging for the kids, and they
Claro,
get
and
all
that's
super
what it's all
excited.
about. And you know what? The whole idea is that these guys, I know a lot of musicians will tell me, and in fact, I got this guy, este Ramon Lucio, that's going to be on my show Sunday. Yes, that he's telling me he started to play when he was like 6 years old.
Oh
And
yeah.
so there's a lot of artists in different groups. I don't care what genre. Que empiezan de chiquitos. There's some bands, especially, but mainly in Tejano music, conjunto music, any type of Spanish music, you always have kids. I went to school with a saxophone player. I was in the band, and there was a saxophone player at Cummings that was in a band. And so, venía el lunes todo cateado, el pobre, because he had,
Oh,
and not that he was drinking or smoking or doing any of that funny stuff, but is that, he was at a quinceañera, he was at a wedding, and those things go long. Pero man, the dude was professional. I mean, by the time he was an eighth grader, he was a professional musician.
but
And, and,
one of the
and
beautiful things
yeah,
about this students that they're in high school, they're
yeah,
going to graduate, and
yeah,
let's face it, not everybody is made to continue in college.
right,
Okay,
right,
but one of these kids in high school, they may get out, he may start his own band,
right,
and before you know it, he's going to become so popular in the valley that he's going to move forward.
right,
This is where the excitement comes in, because you just took one student that may not be a college bound student.
right, right.
He starts his own band, and then he becomes popular and well known in the valley.
See,
He just succeeded,
right.
right or wrong.
Okay, and that's what this
And
programs are for,
and this
because
is to
también la otra
encourage them
cosa
to.
is you got the little gang bangers and stuff like that. You get them into this program and you teach them to become successful, productive citizens. So
Yeah,
that's the other scenario of the coin, because a potential kid that would go in the wrong direction, all of a sudden, because of your guidance, he's going to be a productive citizen. And so, man,
and just
bravo for you guys,
Yeah.
man.
and
You
just
know,
real quick, let me tell you, um, we just had a barbecue fundraiser last weekend,
Mhm.
uh, and we're always asking for people to support us in any way that they can. one thing that I would like to see is a lot of the conjunto groups that we have out there, already popular, well known, is for them to support us. And if nothing else, come over to the event on Saturday. It's from 12 to 5. It may
Right.
go longer because depending how tight the competition gets, we want them to come out and support. We want the public. It's free. They're going to enjoy. And if they feel like dancing, there is space for them to dance.
Cool.
So, and
So
you
you
will
vamos
hear
a estar
these kids.
bailando, Laura.
Well,
No,
the awareness
You know
is
what?
free.
Let me interrupt you here, and because the focus is more on the event. So let me show you some pictures here. So that I don't want to run out of time, and then you don't get the benefit of it completely. So Laura, this is going to be there. Tell us a little bit about this poster, Laura.
Yes, sir. As I mentioned, I do represent the veterans group STIVA. And so when La Cultura Viva in Bronzeville reached out to me, usually when they reach out to me is because they want somebody to do the honors to the flag. And so I will direct them to, the VFW, the league, the
Mm-hmm.
American League,
Right.
Legion, for example. But this time, and this is a surprise that nobody has known until now,
Mm,
Mr. Royal. So you're the first one to find out.
tell me.
One of the members who reached out to me said, "You know what? We want the color guard, but we don't want the gentlemen that always come out or come in and do the honors.
Wow.
We want an all veteran female color guard."
There you go.
So he told me, I want to honor the females, the female veterans,
Yes.
and this is one way to do it. So it's a
Yes.
huge honor that it's
Wow,
unbelievable. So right away
man.
I reached out to my female, the those who
See?
are loyal and
Right?
always there. So not only do we get to have a table set up there so that we can receive the food donations for our in-house pantry because we cater to veterans and their family at Stiva.
Wow, man, that is really,
That
really cool. Oh,
that's awesome.
se fue Laura disconnected. Pero this is
Mhm.
really cool. Another picture here. I mean, ¿dónde está lo? Que Laura sent me otro picture. Ah, and there she is. This is her information,
Mhm.
guys. If you want to get a hold of her for donations or anything like that, she's a public relation officer. They have an office at 519 East Medicine. I guess that's over by in front of the court. This is in front of the court, más o menos, ¿verdad,
No,
Laura?
no, sir. It's a catty corner from the historic museum, from the old city cemetery on the other
Oh, aquí
side.
like catty corner to Punet and all that.
Yes, correct. So we're right
Órale.
on Madison and Sixth Corner, rather. But
Okay.
that is our address. And like I said, the food pantry is one of the things that we provide. We provide VA benefits, whether they want to raise their benefits or they have a medical issue that they need to come in. And sometimes we don't have insurance or we don't have the benefits. And we provide it not only to the veteran, but to the family as well.
Oh,
Um,
yes. Tell me about this. Well, this is basically donations must be sent to Cash App or si
yeah.
no by mail. Now, why is that? I mean, give us a little bit of that. Why?
Yes, well, we do work with grants, but as you know, sir, the grants they run out quickly.
Sí, sí, sí.
And so we do depend on, donations. They can be, and this is a way, of course, to be able to, again, help and assist the veterans and their families. We hold outings. We're going to do a fishing outing. We're going to do a family outing at the Resaca de la Palma. This is a
Wow.
way to bring them out. They're not, in the little man cave or bat cave and be depressed, be lonely, be going through everything that they're going through in their head. This is a way for us to bring them in into our veteran community because we feel safe that way. And then it's also you're not locked up, you're not in your head, you get to think about something else. We've done artwork, we've done yoga, we've done
Wow.
breathing exercises. These are outlets to let the veteran know, look, you don't have to be stuck in your house, in your room. uh, this is something that we can do as a group and we learn
Sí.
together. And these are coping skills that we go through on
Wow.
every Tuesday. And then Friday, it's a fun day because we go to breakfast. And
Mm.
so everybody gets, so 30, 40 veterans come from Mission, Los Fresnos,
Wow.
Padre Island, uh, Brownsville, everywhere. So we all come in together and we look forward to this, because after that we have
Yeah, I say, wait. She's losing her sign. Eso es la señal. Let me get to some comments here. Dice Norma, oh, yes, makes me proud because I always tell them to look at Texas schools, how to inspire their students. She's up in
Yeah.
Michigan. Dice Carlo, we care about the students becoming better community members. Yeah, yes, that's so true, Carlos. Artist Gabriel Trevino dice, awesome. Very good. Hey, Gabriel, maybe it's something you can start with this art students también. He said, no, we do not have this thing like it here. Y ¿quién más dice? Yeah, dice Norma, that is awesome. Texas has always been on top, bettering our children. Yes, that's true. Dice Eddie Trevino, Los Fresnos High School now offers conjunto as an elective. I think I said that one. And
Yeah.
so,
Okay.
guys, man, this is super cool. Laura's coming right back. Your internet's kicking you in and out, man.
I tell you, it's
No,
horrible. I'm so sorry.
but you know what? I'm glad you're here, Laura. What cream do you recommend for? I don't know if this was. I'll put it there, Laura. This is somebody. Oh, Miss Araspo, I think, or somebody. Laura, what cream do you recommend for a food fungus? Asking you because I know you have this. Ay, ay, ay.
Ay,
Ah, raza. Hey, well, Laura will give you the answers if you donate $100.
right?
There
There
you
you
go.
go. Yes.
Send in $100 and we'll give you.
Hey, how many members do you guys have in that organization?
At Stiva, we have approximately 100 members
Wow.
Wow.
that are signed up. They're members.
Wow.
Okay.
Active, as you know, it's always the same Indians that are always working, but
See, see, and
but
you
we
guys
spread the
really.
word.
I know we were talking about this, Laura. That's one of the things where you have some voting power. You have some voting power, and we need to get some people that are going to follow up on getting you guys a veterans hospital in the area instead of
Mhm.
traveling to San Antonio, Houston, or even Corpus.
Yes, sir.
It needs to come here. We have so many brave and men and women that have given their lives and of course have come back damaged because I mean the valley has not been stingy when it comes to offering soldiers up for to protect the United States because they love the United States, pero hey, el government needs to love us back and take care of our veterans porque
Yes,
pobrecitos, man, tan cateados and I
A lot
mean,
of them
they're
are on the
either
street.
psychological effects or physical effects, and I think sometimes the psychological effects are the ones that, pobrecitos, they're still some of them are still there. Some of them are still
Well,
out there, man.
let me just comment on something. Laura knows one of the things about the VA clinic here in the Harlingen area that takes care of the southern part of the valley,
Huh?
and then the other one's in McAllen. The VA and the only reason I went back to the VA and got help because of my friend Laura. She encouraged me to go and get registered. Otherwise, I would
Yeah.
have never done that.
No, pues
But
sí.
the VA is linked with Valley Baptist Medical Center
Uh huh.
down here, and they use that at the hospital for us to go get surgery or whatever we need,
Hmm.
and also DHR up in the Edinburgh area. And a special thank to Laura because if it wasn't for her, I would have never registered myself
We'll
at the
see.
VA.
we
And
See,
help
now
each
because of
other.
that,
We have to help each other. And at
yeah, you gotta
Stiva,
help each other. But the thing is that you guys need your own hospital.
we
The
do,
thing
we
is,
do.
I mean, it's like obviously they're gonna take care of you, but it's not the same. It's like, you know, it's like going to somebody else's barbecue. It's,
Exactly, yes. And it has some
it's
other
still
food.
mean y toda la cosa, está la
No,
vironga,
what
está la
the
música, pero
the
eso
thing
no se.
about the VA having their own hospital is they bring in the specialists that are required for either their mental health or physically or the disabilities that they come with. But that's one aspect of having a VA hospital. Well, it'll be quicker service and everything all around. It's
Yeah,
That's
more
also
focus on
closer.
them.
that's
Yeah,
Well,
the
it's also
focus
right
that
now
we
the VA is like right now the VA is using, like you were saying, a lot of the specialties, but they're outsourcing those specialties.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, some of those specialties doctors out there are awesome. They
yeah.
really
Well,
do
claro,
care about
they're
veterans,
gonna
and
be
they
awesome.
do
No que vamos.
provide the best medical service
Sí,
that you can ever expect. And
right.
Laura can also agree with me on this.
But
So
let
we're
me
very
tell you
grateful.
this: if it was run by the government, or if it was government, it would be even better.
true. It
Because
probably would.
hey,
Because right now, Mr. Royal, Stiva, we're providing services that are not being provided at the VA.
there you
They're
go.
still closed, they're not fully functioning. So where are we supposed to go? Where are we supposed to meet and get together? Where are we supposed to go and get some benefits or some assistance? We don't have anywhere else, and that's
No,
how
see.
come we try to assist them. Um,
No, es
and
más, even transplants the I mean, I forget. I was talking to this doctor from Dallas that wants to bring in a clinic over here to bridge the gap between the valley and Dallas, where they can do transplants. Not so much on heart, I think maybe heart or something like that, and that it could be done down here. Pero sometimes. The medical field is not affiliated with that type of work that a lot of them even don't know it exists. That's
mhm,
on a
mhm,
totally different level in the
right.
big major it's the hospitals, and that's one of the things that's going to be a show that's coming up later. But she's a doctor, she's a real busy, she's got this big organization that's doing it in Dallas already.
Awesome.
But there's a lot of things that we don't get down here, but it's
You
Yes.
know, you
all
know,
that.
you know what else we need to get in order to help a lot of organizations that we've had on the show? It seems like we need a grant writer,
Yeah.
professional grant
Yes.
writer, so that we can start getting some of these benefits from Washington to
Myra,
County to
Myra's a
South
grand
Texas.
writer, man.
That's right. That's right. We get training or we get guidance from, and I've asked the city, I've asked the county, I've asked different organizations, and they don't have a grant writer that can lend us per se.
No, no,
Um,
y luego si tienen un grand writer, a veces también tienen pockets,
oh,
and of course, pues es que no hay suficiente.
yes, yes,
Dice Gabriel, yes, San Benito, Narciso Martinez focus on conjunto music, but it's great to see that movement here in Brownsville. Excellent point. Yeah, good job.
Well,
Este,
San Benito hosted our third year competition was
mhm,
at the Narciso Martinez Cultural Center.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
we have already used them for one of our competition, and we had a outstanding, and
Wow.
that was an outdoor event,
Sí,
and that's where the big squeeze,
yeah.
where we met some of
Came
the
out.
officials from there, and it was fantastic event.
Super, man. Super. This is going to be a cool event this Saturday, guys. You all need to be there. Este,
We're gonna be
and,
streaming live on La
and,
Cortura Diva in Brownsville Facebook
sí.
page. So we'd like the public to, if they cannot make it, they can watch us live.
And I think here are como dices Felix, that the main goal is to help keep the young generation engaged and interested in competing. Yeah, I get competing throughout high school and continuing their education. He continues on with the School of Fine Arts program is a proven tool that has been successful in keeping students in school, and that's true because if they're excited about coming to school or coming to music class or conjunto class, they're going to be excited about school, especially if you tell them, well, you got to get the good grades too. So
mhm,
Yes,
it
yes.
gives them an initiative, And he said positive strides have been made so that the conjunto ya has been added to the School of Fine Arts. However, not enough to be recognized by the UIL
UIL.
organization.
Mhm.
Pues see, it takes time. Trust me, it takes
Yes,
time.
and we
Due
know
to
it
this
is, and we're
limitation,
okay with
it
it.
is the LCV B goals
The
to
La
showcase.
La Cortura Diva in Brownsville. That's what
Ándale, I
LCVB
didn't
stands
know
for.
what that was. I was thinking that was one of those funny letter names. Dije, ay, juezu. Goals to showcase the constant efforts and dedication of the students that are that it validates. That leads to its recognition a UAL organization. So yeah, it's this. Okay, so that's what it means.
It
Pero no, pues
teaches
qué bueno, man. I'm
discipline.
glad you guys came on, man. It's really cool. Actually, Laura had posted that post del conjunto, and I liked it. And then this today, I don't know what it was, and I think I saw something that you posted, Laura, and it came on my feed, and I go, I le puse un like, and I don't know if you made a comment or I made a comment or whatever, but anyway, that's how that conversation started. And I said, you know what, tonight we're just doing a chit chat, and come in and talk a little bit, and then when you brought in Felix, and so it was great to
That's
hear from
right.
Felix because I mean a pioneer of a group, man. It
Hmm.
is. Sí, híjole, the Felix, you're solid, man. You're gonna hold on. You're like you're the foundation of a major skyscraper that's gonna be there for years and years to come,
That's
man.
those are my same thoughts. It's very impressive what you guys have done. But
Yeah,
as also, we would like to have you back and have updates on what's going on and
yeah.
on
Definitely.
competitions and any new stuff or resources that you guys start getting. Let us know. We'll help you. If you
Yes.
need
Well,
a
the
platform,
just let the public know that the event is this Saturday. It's free. Uh, go to our Facebook page, like it, and there's some videos on there from the different schools that they posted. The schools posted
Wow.
their own little videos, so you could get a feel of how they're playing the music and how
See.
passionate they are. Uh, Again, it's La Corteo Vive en Branzo Facebook page. We'll be broadcasting live, so you'll be able to see the. It's going to be live from 12 to when we finish.
Árale,
Uh,
so it could be like till 6 o'clock or even
Yes,
later, or what?
Yes,
because
it could
again,
be because
when
of
the
the
competition get tough,
Sí,
the
sí.
and
judging.
you have to
Pues es
have a
como un UIO band contest
Yes.
que
yes.
and then at the end, do you have like a finale where you know they
Well, that's when
maybe
we present
they
the
work together or
trophies
something?
and the awards.
Ándale.
The schools all get awards and they get trophies. They get recognized for the best bajo sexto player, for the best.
Also,
For,
it's
it's
ensemble
schools
and
Broken
and
individual.
down.
individuals.
It's broken
Órale.
down.
Now let me ask you this: do you guys do like like an all Valley band, like in all Valley, where you have individuals competing and they make the all Valley band, or they make the all state band? So do you guys have like all Valley conjunto? In other words, like these kids compete, and you got kids from all over the place to make one conjunto group. That would be the representative of the state or the area or something like
Well,
that.
this competition is strictly in the valley, so there's no group that gets together to go compete somewhere else because you
right?
Yeah.
don't have this kind of competition anywhere else in Texas other than here in the valley. And we're
Right.
hoping that this competition program, for the sake of the children and the
Right.
kids, that it become a statewide competition that we
Yeah.
get schools from the Dallas, Fort Worth area,
Right. Right.
other small communities, other small cities, for them to start participating and coming to Brownsville
Right.
to participate in this competition. So our goal and drive is still a long way from now, but most of us are
Pues ahora con el
young
Facebook and
that
all of
we're
this YouTube,
working
man,
on
things
getting
are
that
moving
to
so
continue.
fast.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. Es como nosotros, man. A year ago, about 12 months, no, 13 months, 14 months, right, Sharky?
yeah.
We didn't exist, man. Pegó COVID, and all of a sudden we started a show, and here we are, and I'm meeting people from all over the world, and I have found out this year that this world is really, really small, man.
Oh yeah,
Really, really small. And I
Well,
think through this formats or shows like this, ¿cómo te diré? Uh, uh, yeah, yeah. We get to meet each other and we get to work together with other people, man.
I
It's
would
so
like to invite
incredibly
you and
awesome.
your group to come out to the competition
Yeah.
and perhaps come over and record live on your program there. If
Okay.
you know
I
that's
actually Saturdays and Sarky knows this and Laura, I'm sure you know that because
Mhm.
on Saturdays I normally am busy doing chess lessons because I mean we're
okay.
going to our
yeah.
national at the end of the month, pero I don't know, maybe if I have time to come back I'll definitely stop by. I'll do something and that kind of deal. O si no, mira, better yet también mándame un video que no dure mucho, pero me lo mandas and we'll post it on Facebook and all of that.
Definitely.
It's like today. I don't know if you like the post or something that we did in a hurry, Laura,
Yes,
but
sir.
it's just to miss each other.
Yes, sir, definitely. But it was great, and I want to thank you so much for allowing us to come into your program today. It was wonderful to be here. As you were mentioned, Mr. Royal, the valley is very patriotic. We have the most Marines veterans. Felix and I are one of them. We are both
Yeah.
Marines of the United States Marine Corps. So,
Thank you.
hoorah!
Well, you know what, guys? Before you go, I mean, and everything. I want to thank you for your service. I know
Thank you.
Thank you.
that ¿cómo se llama? Laura's has been very involved in anything having to do with veterans. I mean, if I were to pick at somebody that has been involved with veterans, it would be you, Laura,
I appreciate
because
that.
I mean, you're like this. I mean, there might be others, but to me, that's who I see. You know, you're the visual. You're the person that I see doing all that. And no, I mean, I don't know you, Felix. So maybe you've been around también, pero I
Oh,
haven't noticed. You know, y pues
Yeah,
claro que se
I've been
miran las
around.
bonitas, se miran más todo el tiempo. Nosotros
I
acá
used
los
to.
feyitos todos nos miran mucho.
Yeah, I used to work for the Tourist Information Center in Brownsville.
yeah.
Ajá. Y
So I
luego,
used to travel all over the valley. I retired. I used to travel all over the valley promoting Brownsville and stuff like that. So I'm very passionate for my city, and now that I'm part of the conjunto from the beginning. It's exciting to see those kids and play with their heart. But at this time, I would like to take an opportunity to thank Adela Garza from TSC for giving us the support and allowing us to use the Jacob Brown Auditorium, and of course all our other sponsors that we have quite a few. But I encourage you to like our Facebook page, La Cultura Vive in Brownsville.
there you
Watch
go.
us for live performance on Saturday throughout the day. It's going to be fantastic. It's free. Laura and I will be there collecting food for the food pantry for the veterans.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, so
And
please
guys, come
join
on
us.
out as guests to record or broadcast or whatever. You know, everybody can come in and bring your cell phones. Put record and let's get a lot of film, a lot of pictures out there. I think that would be really really cool. And then we could all. I mean, wouldn't it be cool if everybody that went to this event would post videos and pictures on Facebook and just blow out the feed, man? I mean, it would definitely be a message that
Yeah. Um,
people from all over the place would definitely see.
on that day, we'll give you the hashtag that we're going to be using, so that again, like you said, we've had people do that in the past,
Right.
but we never used a hashtag. But we'll have a hashtag and we'll announce it and let people know which one to use, so that all the pictures get linked together
Ándale.
and
Oh,
and
that makes
and, and
sense.
help
See,
get the word out to everybody.
super
Yes.
super cool, man. We're
I,
excited. We're excited. Sharky, go ahead.
I will be. I will also be sharing that on my Harlingen, Texas Expo page, which
Thank
has
you.
15,000 people on it. So hopefully we get some more bigger audience on there and
Okay,
get them to watch the competition stuff.
you're
Bring
gonna
back
love it.
our
You're gonna enjoy it.
culture. Bring back our culture. We used to listen. Our parents, our grandparents, rather, they used to listen to the radio, or they themselves were musicians. And we've lost that. In the evenings, you sit outside. Look at the
Mhm.
stars, the moons, whatever. And we don't want to lose that. And that's why this is
Right.
being done to bring awareness and bring our culture back. It is important. It may
See.
be a minority right now, but
No,
it is
no, no, no. You'd be
important.
surprised. Mira, I had Laura. I mean not Laura. I had Man, I went off the Kenya Lauso. She is from Tamaulipas, but she has been living in Paris, France for the last 10 years, probably the last 12 years now. But she is the ambassador of Mexican music over there, and she was telling us on the show that over there they love ranchero music, you
Yes.
know.
Wow.
And you think about it, we got Mexicanos all over the world, man, all over
Hmm.
the world. And so people like grew up with conjuntos. They grew up with Tejano. Well, not so much with Tejano, but more with conjunto banda.
Yes.
That kind of then Tejano comes up. Pero let me see. The conjunto competition is growing and getting more recognition. First year only had two to three bands competing, so that was an early day. I mean, 12 o'clock para las 12 así fueron a la casa. It's over. Pero this Saturday, you guys are gonna have 11 bands competing, man. That is awesome. that is what growth is all about, man. And that growth comes from your hard work. So man, we applaud you, man. We think you are awesome. And you know what? I'm looking forward to after my lessons come over here and maybe around 3 o'clock, 3 or 4. Maybe I can stop by. I'm sure you guys will still be there if it's 11 groups and
Yes.
all of that. So man, that'd be super super cool.
Come and
So
You're all
experience.
welcome to come anytime between 12 and 5 o'clock. So, you know, so if you
no,
can
pues
make
está
it,
bien.
stop by for an hour, half an hour, and enjoy some of the music.
Stop by, yeah, especially la música, man. Because I mean, a lot of times when kids play music, I know that I've heard the one. I don't know which conjunto, but one of the conjuntos from Canales, I've heard them play. And it's like, dude, that little second graders playing and the little third graders playing, and it's like the guitar's bigger than that kid.
Oh, well, here's something that I don't know you may remember.
Uh huh.
When Santiago brought the JT Canales Conjunto School program to be part of it,
Uh huh.
we asked one of his students to play the national anthem in the
Yes.
cordion.
Yes, I remember. I saw that on Facebook.
Yes,
That
and
that was maybe like 4 years ago or something like that,
yeah,
right?
that was in 2016. So yes,
Wow.
it's something to be proud of. To have
Yes.
and he just practiced and learned it within days before the
Sí, sí,
competition.
sí, sí.
You know, and
Sí,
that's
no.
how that's where you see the
Sí,
love and the passion of those kids. That
sí.
here, this young boy had to play the uh, national anthem in accordion. No one's ever played it.
No.
No one's ever played it like that. He went and he practiced and he tried and made it a determination that he was going to get it. And my God, he got it right there.
Eso.
And
And that's what it's all about.
that's the dedication of these kids into the conjunto music. That anything is possible, and they take so much love and pride on what they learn and do for the sake of sharing the passion with the public.
And then what's next is que vienen los private tutors, and that'll even make it even stronger, man.
Yes,
So no, that'd be really cool, man, because it becomes a whole deal, and you I mean, much
yes,
bigger. I guess because I'm seeing how that could become like chess. You know what I'm saying? It can become
uh-huh.
like chess, where every school has it, and then there as cities competing, you have your nationals competition. Nashville or wherever. And that kind of deal, or have them all come over here. Hey, keep keeping the money down here, man. We need it.
Yeah, yeah,
we need the taxes, bro. Ay, 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 ay.
Sure
No, pues
oh
do.
está
yeah,
bueno. Pues guys, we'll let you go. We don't really want to go over an hour because we want people to see it on the replay, porque ya a 3 or 4 hour show, como que la gente nomás le da una hour y luego ya
Se
después
duerme.
se duermen y nunca lo miran. They don't come back, because they got stuff to do. So,
But
yeah.
this was
este,
Ten,
busy. This
10
was
o'clock is 10
busy.
o'clock is my bedtime. So
no,
yes,
Yeah,
está
me
bien
too.
eso.
Well, yeah.
Está bueno, Mr. Felix, we'll let you go. Thank you, sir, for
yes,
dropping by.
you're welcome, and
We'll
thank you for
escuchar
having me
back.
there,
Hey, no
and let
problem,
us
man.
talk about it.
Ándale, take care.
Okay,
Laurita, besitos y hugs, y los vemos ahí en otra. Thank you for dropping by.
Thank you
You
so
are
much for
totally awesome,
everything.
and we need
God
to have
bless
you back.
you. Yeah.
There you go. Cool, guys. So, Paola, ¿cómo te va? How's it going?
Pretty
¿Qué hay de
good.
nuevo? Any last words, Paola?
I'm glad to see you guys. Hope to see you guys more often.
Yes, you need to come in every Tuesday or any other time you want to come on. You're welcome.
Mhm.
Now
Hey, I
that
just
you're
noticed. I just noticed I got a tan.
Yeah, you did get a 10, man. So, man, that is so cool,
Yeah.
man. The conjunto, man. Those little kids, man. I've seen them play. Y they're wonderful. Oye, is the school in los fresnos? No, little kids todavía no tienen conjunto allá in that
Mhm.
school. Then
No,
they
they just
will.
have regular music class.
They probably will. Está bueno, guys. Sharky, any last words?
Everybody, take care. And if you have any trouble with your car, give me a call.
Give Sharky a
I
call,
know who to
man.
go to.
He will do it. Está bueno, guys. So we'll let you go. Let me start the music. And here we go, man. Guys, Paola, thank you, Paola. We love you.
guys.
Bye-bye. Sharkies.
Like, share, and follow.
Yeah. And this is Roy with Talk Show Central RTV Style saying good night, buenas noches, besitos y que la pasen a todo,